Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be speaking about another top 5 for the NRL. Now, again, I'll just mention it because there's been a lot of negative comments, which is okay. You can have your opinion, but these are targeted on the 2019 season going into the first 2 games of 2020, what I've seen. Here are the top 5 centres. So my honourable mention for the centres is from the Manly Sea Eagles. Well, at the moment it's from the Manly Sea Eagles, but very soon could be off to the St. George Illawarra Dragons. The surprise packet of last year, I think, was the Sea Eagles. A lot of people didn't expect them to do so well. And I think one of the reasons they did so well is Moses Suli in the centres for Manly. He looks really good. I think it's a massive signing for the Dragons if they do pick him up. He's a great centre. He's a good tackler as well. There's some big hard hits. I think the defence is real good. And look, I don't think Moses makes that top 5 for me yet. However, I think the honourable mention is very deserved. He's a big part of the Manly team. And as I said, I think it'll be a really good signing for the Dragons if they can get him. But Moses Suli, for now, is the honourable mention from the Manly Sea Eagles. Coming in at number 5 now, I wouldn't say it was his best season. I think he may have had better seasons at the Broncos. But coming to the Rabbitohs, back to Wayne Bennett's coaching for him, I think was really good. And I think especially the first 2 rounds of what I've seen that he's found a bit of form. And that is Jimmy the Jet, James Roberts. He takes the number 5 position for me. I think he will be potentially back in that top 3 if his performance does improve over the season, but I think he was still great at the Rabbitohs. He looked really good. He looked fit. He looked quick. He had some big games last year, and for me, I think he'll be in a lot of people's lists. Whether he's up the top or like this top 5 and down the bottom, I think you might agree with me. So I'd like to know in the comments. But I do think that James Roberts is an absolutely fantastic centre. He's represented New South Wales, and I think there's a lot more to come. Coming in at number 4, we haven't actually seen this guy play in 2020, unfortunately, due to injury. It is Bronson Xerri from the Cronulla Sharks, a fantastic centre, has a long, big future with this club, I think. Very fast, energetic. The line breaks are unbelievable. Some of the tries he scored, he had a really impressive debut season, and he's got a lot of talent around him. He's got Mulatalo. He's got Sean Johnson in the side, and the control of the Cronulla Sharks is going to come down to Bronson Xerri and his speed in regards to where the points come from. It all comes down to him. I think, like Roberts, he could be higher, but I just think the people above him have proved themselves better centres. But the speed's a factor, and Bronson Xerri has a long future in the NRL, I think. With over 2,000 points to his name, number 3 goes to JARROD CROCKER from the Canberra Raiders, 127 NRL tries. He has a long way to go. Still got a few years left in him, JARROD. I think it's a big argument, but he's very unlucky not to play Origin. Again, one of these players who I think a lot more can come out of him. He's a fantastic centre. You could argue him as number 1. No doubt JARROD CROCKER's form has been there for a while. His iconic leadership to the Canberra Raiders side is huge. I think Hodgson steers the ship in regards to control, but the leadership really comes with Crocker. I think when Crocker doesn't play, you can see that the Raiders lose it a little bit on the field. But he, as I said, 2,000 points, 157 tries. He's an unforgettable player, and I think JARROD CROCKER will be remembered for a long time to come in Canberra. Coming in at number 2, he picked off where he left last season with some fantastic games starting off 2020. I have to go with KOTONI STAGGS. I love KOTONI STAGGS, not just for Supercoach, but how good is he in the centres? He looks, that is his role. And someone who's starting in the NRL, he's brilliant. He helps the Broncos team so much. He had that big game against the Rabbitoh. He had some massive games last year. It was definitely, no pun intended for the Traders cards, a season to remember. He's talented. I think this may be controversial, putting him higher than Crocker, but at this point, the 2019-2020 season, he's close to number one for me. KOTONI STAGGS form is absolutely brilliant, and he's doing his job for the Brisbane Broncos. And coming in at number one for me from the Sydney Roosters is Joseph Manu. Joseph Manu finds a way to the line wherever possible. He is a very dangerous centre. He's had grand final appearances. Well, technically grand final wins with the Roosters going back-to-back appearances in the World Club Challenge. I believe he even scored a try in the World Club Challenge. He is fantastic. In my opinion, he's the best centre in the world. He can take that high ball, plant it down in the middle of the field. He can catch a long-range pass or set up some brilliant try. I think he's a very talented player. Do you think that this list was correct? Do you disagree? But in my opinion, my number one pick for the centres is Joey Manu. Anyway, guys, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I am doing a Traders giveaway with a lot of Traders cards and your own folder once I do reach 2,000 subscribers. We now have a month officially until the NRL season is back. I'm excited. I've got my EELS jersey on, and we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.